Cher here, and we're back with another Back to the Billboards. Now, when I was creating the Back to the Billboards series, I created this series with the fact in mind that I love music to the most wholeheartedly level. So I would love to show you guys the best music possible and what makes music such a successful industry. And it's not just in the United States, although I've been to a couple countries in my life and they did play a lot of American music. But there's also music out there that's been created by people from their home country, or those that really have not made it to the international mainstream. I first got this idea from a friend of mine in college who is like obsessed with music from the UK. So he was like, when I told him I was making a YouTube channel where I was also going to be talking about music, he really encouraged me to go tackle the UK Billboard charts. And after doing some searching of the past year, 2016, I was like, there's so much to talk about here, and there were enough songs that I could create 2 top 13 lists. And yes, unfortunately, one of those is the worst songs from the UK in 2016. But this is the best of 2016 for the UK, so that's what we're going to talk about today. So without further ado, we're going to get started on the top 13 best songs of 2016 from the United Kingdom. You know, when it comes to today's love songs, I'm getting sick and tired of them because they're basically the same song that are not even romantic in the slightest. Okay, I may be wrong. They don't have to be romantic, but they have to show some realistic consensus of love instead of this love at the club thing, which they just stress me out. Is there like any song that can change that? Like, is there a song that goes from a guy and a girl's perspective on how much this sector of treating women like objects in love songs is just so overdone and it just demeans the person? Where's a song that talks about that? You don't own me. How often do we get songs that tell about a play-hard-to-get story with both the male and female perspectives? Grace, the main singer, is playing a girl who wants nothing to do with this guy who is a player and loves to treat women like one of his toys. She explains how she is an independent woman, sorta, and she doesn't want a man. Don't own me. I'm not just one of your many toys. The featured artist, G-Eazy, does one thing right and plays the douchebag man who can't seem to leave Grace alone.
But I'm Gerald, and I can always have just what I want. She's the baddest, I would love to flaunt. Take her shopping, you know Yves Saint Laurent.
Another thing about the song that I found completely artistic is that the song is majorly dark. It's like Grace is trapped in this underworld of a man who wants to use her as a toy, but when the chorus hits, a string of hope hits and Grace sings about how she is an independent woman and she can do whatever she pleases. Don't tell me what to do, and don't tell me what to say. It's like you're watching an opera in one song. I wish I could put this higher on the list, but I will say that this song has made it onto the most played list on my Spotify. I had to. This list wouldn't be complete without it. Come on, turn the radio on. It's Friday night and I won't be long. I know I already put this song on the top 13 best songs for America Billboard hits of last year, but Sia is an Australian artist who moved to London, so she stays on this list. Like I said on the top 13 best songs of 2016, Sia can make any song work. She can turn any song she touches into something people can party to for the rest of their days. Oh, but don't worry, this won't be the last time you see her. Okay, I'm about to do something that I've never done before in the history of Back to the Billboards top 13 best lists. I'm about to put the first of a couple EDM songs. AKA, we're gonna have Party Club Central.
Started out being friends. I had my girl and you had him.
I might have the minority opinion here, but for a song to make it into the club, it's gotta have a catchy beat and hopefully good vocals to attract people to the dance floor. Craig David has a voice that pop has been missing for a long while. There's no need for auto-tuning tricks. There's no randomness either. Even though the message of the song is simply, look, we met when we were in relationships, but we wanted to see what fate decided for us before we could do something that would ruin our future relationship. Actually, Britain has better stand-ins in pop lyrics than America does. Or maybe I shouldn't say things like that before going into the worst songs from the UK. Anyway, though the beats to Nothing Like This are great, Craig David is who makes this song work. I'm gonna be looking up more of this guy's songs on Spotify pretty soon. You should too. Normally, if I have simple message songs, I would usually put them in the middle or honorable mentions. But the middle, if honorable mentions is not an option. However, if you have a really, really, really good voice to back it up, you can be put on the main list.
You lay with me, you're shutting down.
Slay, girl, slay! Like I said, this song is no stranger to songwriting. Like I said, this song's message is no stranger to songwriting. It's of finding out her boyfriend is a cheating prick and all the signs are showing. Though the lyrics are not outstanding, it's this girl's and the song's energies that put it at number 10 on this list. The beginning of the song might be off-putting because the backtrack sounds like a malfunctioning jukebox. But when the piano hits, it's balls to the wall, people!
There goes the alarm, ringing in my head. Like somebody said, don't you trust him, no.
I realized later on down the road that this girl was actually from another song that made it to the United States towards the beginning of this year, but I'll get to that song when we get to that. Anne-Marie reminds me of Halsey, but a less breathy Halsey, if you know what I mean. Her voice is definitely on point, and I can't wait to hear more from this chick soon.
There goes the alarm and the sirens go.
When I saw you yesterday.
Who knew that xylophones could make such perfect backtrack instruments? This song reminds me of what Coldplay used to be, and honestly, I miss old Coldplay so much. This is catchy lyrics with catchy beats done absolutely right. There are more simple lyrics of two strangers probably getting together because of the chemistry that they have in a less perverted manner. But it's the chorus that really powers the song to a new high.
Maybe we're perfect strangers. Maybe it's not forever. Maybe the label changes. Maybe we'll stay together.
J.P. Cooper doesn't have a Craig David voice, but he didn't need that in order to make this song successful. His voice matches the style of the backtrack, and that's the appeal. When it comes to party songs, the UK was definitely on the right path here. When you find a song that describes life in a nutshell.
Shuts my eyes and count to 10. It goes in one ear out the other.
Yup, the same band who gave you Pompeii is big in the UK. Their home country. I was wondering where these guys went. This song is not exactly special like Pompeii, but it's a song about the ups and downs of life. Hence the title. Well, more in particular, this is about a breakup from a guy's perspective. Maybe this guy in particular is dealing with this subject a lot more differently than other guys.
I've been dancing at the funeral, dancing at the funeral.
But ever since listening to Pompeii, I knew that this band was a different animal from other bands of their genre. Well, they even say it in their bridge.
You might have to excuse me, I've lost control of all of my senses.
Okay, that was clever. You know, I should have looked these guys up when Pompeii was actually very popular. Because these guys are different, that's what makes their music pretty fun to listen to. Can't wait to do this list again next year and hope these guys are on the charts once again.
I miss you, I miss you, I miss you more.
I did say this was not the last time that you'd be seeing her.
I'm free to be the greatest, I'm a liar.
The last time I heard a song about someone being the greatest, it was boring to no return. Problems with I'm the greatest songs nowadays is that they're nothing original. Most modern songs giving pathetic reasons as to why they're better than everyone else, when really those songs are about penis envy. And they're usually dark and downbeat, which I don't think resembles the topic that well either. However, with Sia,
Uh-oh, running now I close my eyes, but uh-oh, I got stamina.
the greatest was definitely Sia's next master hit after Cheap Thrills. As a song that was written as an anthem for the wake of the Pulse Club massacre in Orlando, Florida, from my angle, I definitely think this song deserves the amount of popularity it received. Well, speaking of Lamar's bridge actually not being bad, it does relate to the strength that the massacre support resembles. So I'll give him that much credit. Like Gaga, Sia has become an LGBT icon, putting down her own sexuality into consideration. So it was not a surprise that Sia would dedicate that song to the cause. Nevertheless, I can listen to this song all day without getting bored. I don't mean to be picky, but why does every female British singer to me sound like Ellie Goulding?
Where are you now?
Anyway, this is another bittersweetly beautiful song and EDM done absolutely correctly. If I was going to look for a dark pop song, I was hoping for something that sounded like it was actually trying instead of being dark coincidentally. This song is about being lost and fading away into the lost crowd, so of course the backtrack has to match the source material. And even if this girl sounds like the already famous, in America, Ellie Goulding, her voice fits the dark abyss type of music to a T. I can imagine this playing in another John Green adapted movie, but that's besides the point. This song is an artistic piece of work in its own right. And now that we're over the halfway point, it's only gonna be the top of the crap from here. To bring this song back too. If she's from Britain, she's going on the list. That is if the song is good. And you know which spot I put this song on for the other list.
Send my love to your new lover, treat her better.
Like I said in the other list, Adele's newest album wasn't exactly a hit with the singles that came out. Hello absolutely became the earworm that destroyed the realm of memes so much to the point that even putting Send My Love on this list reminded me of the horrible song that was Hello. Also, Send My Love is Adele's most powerful song and most likely the most relatable. Instead of being bitter about a guy who cheated on her, Adele empathizes with her ex's next girlfriend, who now has to suffer with his complete crud. Lastly, it's just that catchy! Huh? What's that? There's a song out there with a female voice artist that doesn't need autotune to make a song actually good? Yes!
Tears on the ground, tears on my pillow, you won't bring me down.
While number 10's pick was about feeling hopeless about a girl's cheating boyfriend, we finally get something more inspiring in the number 4 slot. Clean Bandit's Rather Be was very popular in the US a couple years ago. Personally, it wasn't the best thing I've ever heard. Was it bad? No. But I just wasn't a fan of the style of the backtrack. The backtrack to Tears is done as to modernize the 90s sound, even though that was 20 years ago, but personally, it's been modernized very well. Louisa Johnson is one of the most powerful singers of today. She definitely knows what her message is supposed to be, and it makes it clearer for those listening. No more looking up the meanings on Genius lyrics. Okay, Cait, don't jump the shark here. Anyway, if you're in need of a good exercising or a dance beat with lit vocals, Tears is definitely for you. Incoming! We got another Sam Smith plot twist around here!
I'm in the corner, watching you kiss her. Oh, oh, oh.
Basically, Dancing on My Own is a more depressing version of Leave Your Lover, and it actually fits how a person would actually feel. Don't get me wrong, I love Sam Smith with all my will to live, but when Callum Scott is singing about having a crush on this guy who's going out with a girl, you actually feel his pain more in this song than you do with Leave Your Lover. Does it make Leave Your Lover bad? Absolutely not, because I will love that song to the day I die. But reviewing this song will probably ruin the way I look at Leave Your Lover for the rest of my life. What the darkness of the minor key resembles in Dancing on My Own is also the hiding of Scott's sexuality to this guy, cause it's taken that the guy has a crush on, or it's taken that the guy Cullum has a crush on is straight, and in a relationship with this guy Scott is in love with will never become a reality. The lyrics kind of paint the picture of On My Own from Les Mis. When he dreams of him, the music plays sweetly, and it's only stars that are lit. However, when the sun rises, it's back to the bittersweet truth, and all he hears are the city streets. Dancing on My Own is another song that I'm going to add to my listen to when I'm depressed list. Not like that's a bad thing, even though it looks like it. Everyone has a depressing song list for those days. On that note, Dancing on My Own is a song that should be known to American radio, and I hope it'll come this year, sometime soon.
Can you hold me in the street?
I went to this song thinking of something completely different. I was so blown away about how wrong I was when I was listening to it. This song is about two lovers who are in different relationships, in more particular, kinda crappy ones, and then they discover that love does exist because they found people who actually care about them. And Jason Derulo can actually sing in this one because he sings the notes that are right for him for once.
With him, do you call his name like you do when you're with me? Does it feel the same?
Besides that, the song is actually relatable, and it kind of reminds me of a romantic movie. Probably a bad romantic film, but there are some good ones out there, alright? Okay, my better point is that probably everyone is sick of having a guy sing about how he's gonna steal your girl because he can. Secret Love Song matches the theme of the lyrics very well, and compared to other pop songs, I think it's a breath of fresh air. Little Mix actually sounds good too, and they sound sincere for once and not like emotionally charged teenagers. This song is emotionally charged, but in a more candid kind of way. We don't know exactly what the ending to the story is because it's left on a cliffhanger, but we all believe that the guy and the girl will eventually get together. The other ending could be that they'll never get their happily ever after because of their love affair while they're still in relationships. Regardless, Secret Love Song is one love song I'll never stop listening to. And now, it's time for honorable mentions.
So come on, let it go. Just let it be. Why don't you be you?
I don't listen to this one too often, but when I do, it's a good listen. It kind of reminds me of Water Runs Dry by Boyz II Men from my 1995 Best Songs list. Because it's about two people thinking about separating for what's best for their surviving friendship rather than hold on to a love that's non-existent.
I make him wanna sin every time I knock. He can help but let me in. Must be homesick for the real.
The last time I heard a song like this was X's and O's by Elle King. Rarely do we ever get a player type of girl's perspective that relies on her telling her tales of how the lifestyle gets boring after a while. And I think I kind of like that. Nice job.
I don't wanna be your lover. I don't wanna be your fool.
Oh, Ollie, how much I've missed you.
I live my day as if it was the last. Live my day as if there was no past. Doing it all night, all summer. Doing it the way I wanna.
We've had songs from Zara before, but they're either not many or they're still meant for the club scene. However, when it comes to this, yeah, it's clubby, but it's actually good.
Well, nothing's gonna hurt me with my eyesight. I can see through them. I can see through them.
So, this is the guy from Years and Years. Where can I get one of those? I want one of those!
When you say you love me, tell me don't leave it, nah, nah, nah. Now I got that feeling you without me won't break my heart.
After listening to Despacito all summer, where was that when I needed it?
You and me got a whole lot of history. We could be the greatest thing that the world has ever seen. You and me got a whole lot of history.
Yeah, now that most of the boys are going on their solo careers at this point, One Direction is pretty much good as dead. So, while driving in my car during my spring semester of my junior year, I found a little club song playing on the radio, and it turned out to be one of my favorite club songs ever because it did everything perfectly, everything that a pop song was supposed to do, and it made my life so complete. And then while I was making this list, I discovered that this song was blissfully from the motherland of the UK. And this was one of the most popular songs in 2016. When I found this out, I was overjoyed. So there had to be one song to be placed at number 1 for 2016 on the UK Billboard charts. And this was it.
Rockabye, baby, rockabye. I'm gonna rock you, rockabye, baby, don't you cry.
Again, I heard this song on the American radio when it came out this year, and I can imagine this making into the year-end list for this year too if it keeps playing the way it's going. Now, when it comes to club songs we're used to, they really don't mean much. They're just meant to keep people dancing and nothing more. Just white noise. However, this song does have the beats to complete the primary job, but it also does what other club songs lack. Means something. The lyrics to the song are about a single mother who's trying to create a better life for her son. And we can only assume that she was never married and finding work is difficult. However, when it comes to what matters the most in life, it's her son, and she makes a promise to take care of him and give him the best life possible. Which comes to this point. How come we did not hear this earlier in the United States? This is so catchy and it actually has a good message in it. See? EDM has standards too.
She got a 6-year-old, trying to keep him warm, trying to keep all the gold. When he looks in her eyes, he don't know he is safe when she says.
I'm really happy that this song did come over to the US. We are finally in need of something different and something meaningful to play on the radios. And in clubs too, but radios are more important because more people drive than they do party at a club. That's why I put this song at number 1 for Best Song in the UK of 2016. And hopefully, if this makes it to the American Billboard charts, it would be one of the best songs of 2017. So, I hope you guys really liked this video, and I can't wait to make another one. However, unlike the other Back to the Billboard videos, I'm going to make this a once a year type of deal. However, if you're really, really, really insistent on me doing a specific year for the UK, I will take it into consideration. I've always been interested in what type of music is out there, and I hope you guys are too, and this will inspire me to create more of these videos in the future. So if you do have a suggestion for me, make sure to put it in the comments section below. I would really appreciate that. Also, don't forget to give it a like below this video. And if you haven't seen my other content yet, or if you have, and you just want to watch it again, be sure to check out my channel, and don't forget to subscribe for more fun content. Also, be sure to check out my social media, which there will be a whole list in the description box below. I'm Cait, Cher, and it's been real. Bye-bye.